Welcome to Midday Cafe, Viva Edition, brought to you by your Microsoft Healthcare and Life Sciences Group. We invite you, as always, to follow us at aka.ms/HLSblog. That's aka.ms/HLSblog.
And fading music as we move forward. So I want to welcome everybody to today's podcast, Midday Cafe Viva Edition, and I am your host today, Michael Giannotti, and we are going to be talking today Microsoft Viva Connections Home, the entry point for the employee experience. As was mentioned in our little brief sound intro with little groovy music, you can always find us at aka.ms/HLSblog. That's where after this, you'll not only find the video, but you'll find resource links, a copy of all the slides in a PDF format, and you can ask questions, pose questions, ask for future sessions. Love to hear from you. That's the place to go. All right, so what are we doing today? Well, we're first of all going to do a brief, less than 30 seconds, Viva Suite at a glance, because as we talk Viva Connections, it's a part of the suite, right? And the suite is really where you want to be if you're looking to take full advantage of all things Viva. So we'll quickly highlight that, but then we're going to dive into what is Viva Connections Home. We're going to have a demonstration of Home. I'm going to show you that. And during that, I'm also going to show you what can be edited or customized. I'm going to give you some little tips and things you can do. I'm going to show you how to add a tile, target it to a specific audience. Then we're going to briefly show you some resources and talk about next steps following this podcast that you should take. It's all going to go fairly quickly. So let's go ahead and move ahead. And there we go. So let's go full screen here. So I'm not cutting anything off. There we go. Microsoft Viva Suite. Today we are looking at Viva Connections right up here, right? The Viva Connections Home, where all of our Viva apps are in one place. We're going to take a look at that and show how that's really an evolution from what originally was starting with Viva, and this is the way moving forward. But it's important to keep in mind that although this is something all of you own, if you're a 365 customer, something you could deploy today. And again, we're going to give you the resources for that, talk to you about what you should do as next steps so you can get this out there for your employees and in their hands. While that's true, right here, it's part of a suite that includes other modules around connecting with your employees and engaging them, getting organizational insights, both from numerical, quantifiable data, as well as that sentiment analysis, goals and purpose, and finally employee growth and even sales. And this is a growing suite. There are many announcements coming up over the next number of months. We're going to cover them here as they come out. So stay tuned. But this is only going to grow. The suite is where it's at. And with that, Viva Home. So Viva Home, this Viva Connections Home, it is that single place for your employee experience to go. We surface it in the single pane of glass to get work done, Microsoft Teams, but it's there so that from one single place, one icon on the left rail of Teams, not ones for each module, one icon, you can get to all of your Microsoft Viva modules. Whatever you've rolled out, they'll automatically appear here. If you haven't rolled it out, they won't. So you'll see my demo instance has far less than we have right here. But it's also where I can get applications and information all in a one-stop shop. The other thing that's important to remember, everything that we're going to take a look at from a desktop standpoint is available in full fidelity on the mobile, so that right from Microsoft Teams on Android and iOS, you'll get a full fidelity view of your dashboard, your feed, your resources, and all your other elements right within Microsoft Viva coming through Microsoft Teams. Single pane of glass. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and we are going to bring up a demo instance here. And I want to walk through it. So I have two different demo environments I'm going to show you. And one of them I built out kind of yesterday. And this one, though, is our standard one. It is part of what we call Smarter Health. And so this one is healthcare provider focused, as you can see from some of those. The other one that we'll see is a little different. But right within here, first of all, you can see right at the top, I have the single icon, right? And this is branded Smarter Health. You can brand that, have that icon. You can even put your own imagery there. But once I'm here in Viva Home, I have access to the Viva applications that have been rolled out for our organization. In this case, Learning, Insights, Goals, and Engage. They're all right here. I also have my dashboard of tiles with, varying sizes, but these are tiles that are audience profile targeted. So for example, on this page, this EMR Connect, which allows clinicians to be able to enter data into the medical record system. They're the only ones that see that, the clinicians who would be using that. Other folks will see different things, but it's great because we have them all into a single point, and then you can come here and I can, without having to go elsewhere and have other applications. Here, for example, I can do my health check around COVID, or I might want to look at other things, virtual rounding, my pay slip, holidays, whatever the case is. We get one-stop shop to see all of that. Here's time off, and I can report right from here. And again, that works here and on the phone. Furthermore, I'm getting news and information coming from a range of sources within my organization that's personalized for me based off of AI, artificial intelligence, looking at the system. It knows who I'm talking to, what I'm doing, kind of content I'm working on, and automatically and dynamically populates that for me. I also have a link here to my corporate intranet. In this case, it's a SharePoint site, but I'm going to show you also how you can add, if you don't have SharePoint, maybe you have another system, and I have some customers that do, and you need to provide a link to that and be able to pull them in here easily. I'll show you how to do that, because we're trying to meet our users where they're at and meet our customers. So this is the home. It is that landing spot or entryway into the employee experience. And again, I can go here, I can click on learning, get all my learning, right? Have that available in one-stop shop. I can click back and go on back to my home. Then I can go into my insights and on and on. One-stop shop. Let's take a look real quickly before we start editing. And this is a little different version. And here you can see we have information that looks a little different. Here's a podcast that's showing up here. Friday State of the Biz podcast that's being provided. I have here the Mark 8 project team. This is a link directly in for this Mark 8 team that's doing all kinds of stuff, and they have OKRs, project plans, they have learning and traffic, all kinds of stuff, community sharing in here. And the idea is only the Mark 8 project team sees this because it's being profiled. But again, we have other information. I have learning here integrated. We have some of the same ones we saw previously, but it's simple. It's easy to connect and add content. So let's take a look. First off, what we can customize and what we can't. A lot of people think of this and have asked me, they say, Mike, look, and I'll pop back on so you can see my expressions as I go here. But they'll take a look at the home, and the first thing they think is, yes, but it says connections. That means it has to be my intranet. No, it does not have to be your intranet. Does not have to be, let's say this with me. It does not have, this is not your corporate intranet. This is the entryway to your employee experience that may link to your intranet, may provide news from your intranet, but it is not your intranet. So that's an important distinction here, right? We can stand this up irrespective of where we're at with SharePoint on the other side. We can get this running. We can start to present the information, the applications, and the entryway to our employee experiences here with a simple turn on. I'm going to provide you the links to show you how to do it, but it is stupid simple to turn this on. Also, if you have Microsoft 365, you own this. This is something you can deploy, right? Something you can get out there. And so, you know, the kind of things though that we can edit, this isn't meant to be totally edited, but look here, you can see there's little edit buttons right in place. So first of all, if I select edit, it's going to allow me to change the image it's saying right here. So if I click image, here's recent images. And so maybe I want to change something here. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know what images I had here. This is probably not a good image. Logo chat. That's probably too small. Grab something like that. Maybe. So there you go. You can see it's changed. And that's really, it's that background. So if you have branding that you do want to put on here, and I can reposition it, right? Where do I want that? How do I want it? There we go. Set the focal point. But if you want to do some basic branding here of the Viva Home, you can do so, right? When you're done, simply click save, and there you are. That easy, right? So very simple, but think usually of a wide angle, you know, something that's going to go across. It can give that branding. It's going to give a little bit of this fade out here, right? And also cut into it here, depending upon how many icons you have. But it's going to allow you to do some basic branding there. The next area where we can do some work here is really right here, edit for the dashboard. So, you know, you want to add tiles or you want something different. We can simply come in here, select edit. It's now going to pull up a dashboard, a view here in the back end for the dashboard for us. And now I can, you know, add a card. I can switch where cards are located, can move ones around and then republish. But maybe I want to add a card. So let's say I want to add a link to our intranet and it's not SharePoint. Maybe it's another system, but we want to put that in here. Well, I can come in, I can select add a card, right? And you can see here cards that are available. Here's a Viva Learning card we can put on there. There's approvals, tasks. There's a card designer that'll allow you to do very rich development like those pop-up ones you saw. It's built right in here for you to work with. And I have directions on those you'll get at the end. We could do a praise piece where people can right from here click to share praise with their colleagues. And we've got topics discover. We've got all kinds of little ones that we can add here. Top news can be here. But I'm going to select this one. Oh, and there's a few more. Here's app connections, card maker, my calendar. That's pretty cool. My emails, stock price. And there it says add more cards. I can click to see additional. But I'm going to select web link because it's the easiest. This is like the no-brainer card. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. So now it's created this link. So I'm going to select edit card. And we can select the size. So I want to select a link. And I am going to go to, I believe it's msn.com. So there we go. I'll just pretend this is our corporate intranet. I'm going to grab that hyperlink. I'm going to come on back here. First thing I'm going to do is put msn.com. It went out and grabbed an image already automatically. It grabbed the MSN butterfly. So I'll just leave that there, but we could change that. We can change the title, and I'll just say this is the MSN intranet. There we go. And it has a description, your customizable and curated collection. I'll just leave that as is in the card description. You can see it's right here. We have here, there's the thumbnail that's being displayed on it. I can have, automatically grab something. I could grab a custom one and upload that into here. We have alternate text field here where we can put information in. For this image link, instead of it being this link here, I could go ahead and either auto select or put a custom image or choose a different icon. And then finally, audience targeting. So this is where if I want this to show up, and notice it says 50 audience limit. That means I could add up to 50 groups, either Azure Active Directory security groups or Microsoft 365 groups, which, by the way, if you have a Microsoft Teams team for it, there is a group. So I have the ability to add those. So for example, if I started typing Mark 8, there we go, Mark 8 project team, I could target that. Or I could target the Mark 8 community discussion members. Just by clicking that, and that means only they would see this and nobody else. Now I'm a member of both those communities, so I'll go ahead and select the one. But now that means if other people come to this intranet, they won't see this. Last thing is I want to put this front and center where it can be, readily seen. So I'll put it here. Whoops, get up here. There we go. And then we'll move this one here. On the other side, there we go. Front and center. I'm done. That easy. Again, though, if you want to create other ones, add additionals, any ones that you've added and made available or your org has, they'll show up here and allow you to actually come in and do work. It's just a great way to get stuff done. So right from here, I'm going to select Publish. And remember, too, there are third-party ones like from ServiceNow and other companies out there that Microsoft has partnered with. So third-party ones are available. Many of our partners have developed custom ones for different services that people want. The sky's the limit with the dashboard. So now I've published it, and you can see here, now I can come in and I can click, and boom, I open up the intranet, right? So I had a very simple hyperlink. It went ahead and opened it. This time because it wasn't made for the Teams view in there, it opened up a separate browser, but it would work just the same on my mobile. It'll open that up and we have access to both. So quick and easy. The reason why I like showing that one is because what this affords you is that link one. You can see I have 3 of those in a row. Some of them will open up right in, like this is a link to a team. So I never leave Teams. I'm right here, right? Let's come on back. Here's one, Nurses Speak podcast. I click that. That one opened up separately, but it gives me this rich view of podcasts, right? Where I can come in and start playing.
September edition of Clinicians Connect with Dr.
And there we go. And so it allows me to quickly add value without programming and things and reuse resources that have a URL quickly and easily. You can certainly wrap that up nicer and format it, but that's the gist of that. So that's how we can quickly come in and customize. If you scroll on down, you're going to see we also have this here area where I can select edit. It's another editable area. This is under resources, right? So this particular one, you can see here, we have navigation and it's showing quick access. These are the things that I want to provide to my organization where they can get to top level pieces. These can be, if let's say I'll select news. So it's a URL. That could be to your non-Microsoft intranet, or it could be to a SharePoint site, or it could be to ServiceNow, or it could be to Workday or whatever. The sky's the limit. We don't care. So you can personalize, make this exactly what people need. And oh, by the way, I can come in, I can give it the link, its address, the display here, open it in a new tab. We can select that. I'm going to click cancel. We can promote it as a sublink, move these up and down, right? So there's a whole range of things that we can do here. I can select this to create a new one, and it can be a link or a label. So then I organize a series of links under it. But the point is, we try to make it very simple. Let me cancel out of there, close that, so that you can come in if you have the appropriate permissions and do that. And that's really it. This is meant to be simple. It's meant to access these right here. It's not meant to replace our corporate intranet where we're doing much more, but it is meant to be that entry point to all things employee experience. So that's Viva Home. I want to come on back to my presentation and let's head on over here. So resources. I've selected a whole bunch of resources that can get you up and running on Viva Connections Home. There's an overview. You'll see there's a guide to setting up, getting it set up. It literally will take you minutes. This is not difficult. How you can add the app in the upper left-hand corner like you saw so that everybody just has it. Or if you're piloting, you can target that, and that's all in there as well. There's Viva Connections Analytics, add, remove cards from the dashboard, use the web link, and they have some more information on that. Creating Viva Connections dashboard in more than one language. Frequently asked questions, and then a comprehensive, there's a PDF. If you grab that, it has everything mentioned here and more in a single PDF that you can download and share with your colleagues. So please take a look at that. Next steps. So what do you do? So you're like, wait a minute. So we own this. Why aren't we using this to get the apps and get it in their hands? So people, you know what? My frontline workers, my clinicians, my people on the phones, etc., they can get to their payroll. I use it to show, my wife always likes the pay stub, right? That's her favorite, which is coming, by the way, third party out of ADT. Great example of third party integration, right? My stocks that are on there are out of Fidelity. My Perks Plus is out of a company called Forma. So we have these different dashboard tiles that are very important to me as an employee, and that some of whom I show with my wife. I get to it all on my phone, right? So you want to roll it out. What do you do? First thing, contact your Microsoft account team. If you are in healthcare and life sciences, talk to your account reps. They can bring folks like myself and others, our global black belts, fast track. We have fast track services. If you're ready, they'll help you turn this on and light it up, right? They'll hold your hand through it. We have partners if you really want to get, going with it and create custom dashboard tiles and things that are really going to bring value and pop up those important applications. They're ready to roll. We have a wealth of resources to help you get going with this, and we want to help. So again, did I mention, talk to your account team. Talk to your account team. That's what you need to do first. Also, there's a couple of other links I provided. One is the homepage for all this, and it shows you for all Viva, kind of an overview, licensing, etc. But talk to your reps, because the pricing for your organization is probably not quite the same at times as you see there. Also, we have Microsoft Viva Help and Learning Area, which has a whole bunch of training and stuff around this. And then finally, the Viva Documentation Center, where you can get to just about anything in depth you need. But there's a lot there. The easiest thing to do to get you started, talk to your account team, get someone like myself to start the conversations. uncover what's your business requirements, what are you looking to do, what are the challenges you're facing. We can help you figure out next steps. But Viva Home, Viva Connections Home, it rocks. It is simple to get started. Then you can iterate and continue to add value to it. You should be doing it. And if you're not, why not? With that, I want to thank everybody for joining, for tuning in today. This is Mike Giannotti with Healthcare and Life Sciences here at Microsoft, reminding you you can find this post, all my colleagues, and much more on our blog at aka.ms/HLSblog. That's aka.ms/HLSblog. Take care. Thanks for tuning in today, and have a great one. Ciao.